डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Namaskar dear students and learner of this course. I am Professor Kamesh Rawal. I welcomes you in the video lecture series of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. We are discussing a subject called Computer Fundamental and Information Technology. We have started our discussion on block number 2. In the block number 2, we are focusing on memories and I/O devices. I think in the last session, we have started to do the discussion on secondary memories, right? In this session, we will try to focus on memory organization, here in this session, we will see what actually the RAID is and how can we implement the RAID. RAID stands for a redundant array of inexpensive disk. Then we will see a different type of portable flash memories, and afterwards we will discuss on a different type of optical memories, right? Fine. So now the first thing that is called a RAID. So RAID, which stands for redundant array of independent disk, right? Here what we are doing is we are installing a multiple hard disk. Now what is hard disk? Obviously we have discussed in a very great detail in the last session, right? So here multiple hard disk or SSDs we are installing, right, to create a RAID. It is a collection of multiple hard drive disks which is fitted in a one device, right? So see here what happened actually. There are multiple hard disks are there, okay, just a minute. Okay, so here see what happened. RAID is somewhat a device where a multiple hard disk are placed, right? Now see what happened. Let's suppose if we are writing any binary. So initially suppose if we have only one hard disk, so in that case entire binary will goes to a one hard disk, right? Now you know that at a time the head can write a 1 bit. So suppose if head is writing 1, then it will write 0, again 1, then again 1. So that takes a lot of time. So if we are writing or storing whole data on a one hard disk, you know, it will take a little bit time. Okay, that is a time consuming. But now you just think, let's suppose if you have a multiple hard disk, okay, and in that case what happened, 1 bit is returned on the first hard disk, second bit will be returned by the second hard disk, third bit will be returned on the third hard disk. So in that way, suppose if you have 8 hard disks are there or 9 hard disks are there, so in that case 8 to 9 bits you are writing at the same time, because here each bits are returned on a separate hard drive, right? So that is the first benefit, that let's suppose if we'll talk about a RAID. So RAID will, you know, it's a device where a multiple hard disk or SSDs are inserted, and you know here each bit is returned on a separate hard disk, so that speed up the process. What is the another benefit of using RAID? Second benefit is what? Because here you have a multiple hard drive, you know, let's suppose if we'll talk about, we have a 7 or 8 hard drive which is inserted into the RAID device, and each hard drive are of type 1 terabyte. You can see the capacity of that device will becomes a 7 terabytes or 8 terabytes, right? It's based on how many hard disks that you are inserting. Okay, so what capacity of the storage device that get increased, right, by a RAID. So first benefit we are getting is a speed, right? RAID will increase the speed of the secondary storage. So RAID will increase the capacity, memory capacity, storage capacity of the secondary device, right? The third benefit is, there are several levels are there in which the data will be duplicated, right? Either by using a parity bit or by a mirroring of the disk. So here, by doing this, we can increase the reliability of the device, right? And reliability is most important, because see, everybody, we people are storing a lot of data, and where that data we are storing, obviously on the hard disk. Now you just think, let's suppose if hard disk is not working, in that case what we have to do? Yes, you can buy a new hard drive from the market, but how you will bring your data back? Because whatever data we are recording, that will be recorded on the secondary memory. And suppose if you you just think, let one day your hard disk is not working, how can you bring your data back? So here the RAID provides that reliability, right? Here the data will be redundant, either in the form of parity bits or in the form of mirroring, right? So the same data will be recorded on more than one hard disk. So let's suppose if one of the hard disks is not functioning, right? So you can install a new hard drive and you can recover your data back, right? So RAID is one of the important device. Okay, now we will discuss a different type of portable flash memory storage, right? So even through a hard disk, HDDs are there and SSDs are there, right, which we have discussed in the last session. HDD, that is called hard disk drive, SSD, that is a solid state drive, right? There are two widely, they are the two widely used storage, right? The next storage is what? It's a portable flash memory storage, right? I think you people are more aware with the memory cards and USB, pen drive, etc., etc. So mainly there are two type of portable and flash memories are there. The one is called a memory card, second is called a USB flash drives. Okay, I think you people are more aware with this type of memory card, right? Usually what happens when we are buying a mobile phone, at that time the mobile phone comes up with a limited amount of memory. For example, 64 GB of memory. Now suppose if you want to expand the memory up to 256 GB, then what do you have to do? The mobile phones companies are actually providing a small slot, right? You need to buy this type of memory card. It's a very thin, small chip is there, and you just have to insert it into the your mobile phone, and your mobile phone memory capacity, secondary memory capacity gets increased. So this type of memory card is basically used to store any kind of digital photos, any kind of media files like music or movies, or any type of data you can store in this type of memory, right? A memory card is a kind of a removable flash memory. So right now you are inserting a memory chip into a one mobile phone. You just copy the data and then you can insert that memory chip into the laptop or into the another mobile, and you can get that data on that particular device. So that is a small chip which provides a portability, right? Usually it is a smaller than 1.5 inch. So it's a 1.5 inch, very thin, and that can be used not only in the mobile phones, but apart from the mobile phone, in the various tablets, digital cameras. You can also use this into the PC. Yeah, you need a memory card reader, right? Or laptop. And this is the memory in which you can perform both the operation, read operation and write operation. Okay, many type of memory cards are available in the market, right? SDHC, that is a memory organization 2, secure digital high capacity SDXC, right? SDXC, that is called secure digital expanded capacity, micro SDHC, mini SD, XD, picture card, CF, right? It's a compact flash, and M2, it's a memory stick micro, right? So these are the different types of memory cards. The another popular memory is a USB flash drive. So I think you people are already aware with pen drive, right? USB flash drive is also known as a thumb drive or a pen drive. It is a flash memory. So as I said, initially we have started with a ROM. It's a read-only memory where the product is manufactured by a vendor, and when during that manufacturing process the vendor is writing the program, and once the program is returned it will not be changed, it will not be altered, right? Then a new version of the ROM came into the market. It is called a PROM, as a programmable read-only memory. Let if you have a program and you can bring a blank ROM, right, blank ROM chip from the market, and you can write your program in it, which is called programmable read-only memory. But once you have programmed it into the chip, then you cannot make any kind of alteration. Then EEPROM came. So here you throw the ultraviolet rays and you can erase the content and you can rewrite it. Then electronically erasable programmable memory, right? That is called designated portion of the program which is written on the chip that you can erase and rewrite it. Afterwards, the speed of EEPROM gets increased, right? And a faster read-write operation was possible, and that chip is known as a flash drive. So what we are doing is we are placing that type of flash memory on the flash memory chip on the one small board, and that small board we are inserting into the pen drive, right? So USB flash drive is also known as a thumb drive or pen drive. It is a flash memory storage device that can be plugged. It's a USB. So whenever we will talk about a USB, it's a universal serial bus, and that device will be a plug and play, right? So your external hard disk, that is operated by the USB. Pen drive, that is operated by the USB. So here you don't need to install any kind of driver, right? Whenever you are inserting this particular pen drive into the laptop or computer, and automatically that get detected, and you can find a separate drive into your my computer or this PC. Okay, so USB flash drive provides a greater flexibility to the mobile user. Mobile user means you can bring the data from one place to another place with the help of this type of memory. It is a lightweight, so you know that it's a very lightweight and very small device, and available in a various style and shapes, different type of styles and shapes. In that you will get a USB pen drive, right? With a USB flash drive, user can carry any type of file like a document, PDF, audio, video, photos and images, right? So any type of data you can copy into the pen drive and you can use it. USB flash drive are plug and play device because of obviously it's a type of USB, do not require any type of setup or driver installation into the device, right? So you don't need to carry any kind of driver to run this particular hardware, right? The next one is called a optical disc. Now I think you people are already aware with the CD or DVD, right? CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. So this type of memory is known as a optical memory, right? Here the data, in the case of hard disk, what we have done is we have taken a small plate which is made from the aluminum, ceramic or glass, and on which we have placed a magnetized alloy, right? So the surface will be magnetized. Here, and how we are writing 1 and 0. So we are using a magnetized head which will create a magnetized and non-magnetized spot on that magnetized surface, and in that way the spot is magnetized, then it will represent 1. If it is non-magnetized, then it will represent 0. In that way the data we are writing on the hard disk. But here instead of that magnetism, head and all, we are using a laser light, right, to read and write the data, and due to that reason this memory is called a optical disk, right? Optical memories. So optical discs are also a type of portable storage, right? The disk is very thin and lightweight. You can easily carry the CD or DVD from one place to another place. So obviously it is a type of portable storage. which is available in a flat, round shape, thin, lightweight, made from a metal or a plastic material. Usually, in the CD-ROM or DVD, we are using a plastic material. The data to be read from or write to the disk using optical laser light beam. So, here we are writing or reading the data from this optical memory by using laser light, right. Optical disc used in the computer, which is actually typical 4.75 inches diameter, right. So, the diameter of the disc is what? It is a 4.75 inch. And it is somewhere around 0.05 inch thickness, right. So, it is a very thin, we can say, disc. Mini disc is also available, right. A small CD-ROM is also available, and the diameter of that small disc is what? 3 inch. Here the different type of disc are there. They are the optical memories. So, here the first disc is called a CD, it is known as a compact disc, right. Another disc is a DVD, it is called digital versatile disc, and one more memory is there which is called a Blu-ray disc. So, mainly there are three type of disc or optical memories are available: CD, compact disc, DVD, digital versatile disc, and Blu-ray disc. Optical disc, which is a thin and made from the plastic, coated at one side with a metal. So, basically see what happened, it is like a mirror, right. In the mirror you can see there is a glass is there, and the another side of that glass is having a reflexive layer, right, of a metal. Similarly, here plastic disc is there, and at one side a metal metal coating is there, reflexive metal coating is there. This metal coating layer has a tiny pits, right. So, this metal coating will have a small pits are there, which is visible only in a microscope. So, if you want to see that small pits of there which is there in the CD-ROM, right, in that metal coating, then you need to use a microscope, right, which are burnt into a thin coating of a metal deposited on a disk. So, see what happened, a disk is there which is a blank disk, one side metal coating is there. Then if you want to write the data, so what we will do is we will start a high focused or high concentric beam, laser beam, and when then that beam will throw the laser light, high beam laser light, the pits are actually burnt, and the surface, small pits are burnt, and the surface will becomes a non-reflexive, right. So, if the surface is a non-reflexive, it will be 0, if it is a reflexive, then 1, or you can understand that thing as a vice versa, right. So, basically here the several things, let us suppose if you want to write some zeros, so at that time the laser beam will burn that particular pit, right. So, afterwards let us suppose if you are throwing a light, because the surface is burnt, it is not reflexive, so the ray will not come back. But suppose if the surface is good enough, right, if it is not burned, if it is a metal surface, so in that case if you are throwing a laser light, you will get your laser light back due to that reflection. So, by that way we can write the data or read the data on the disk. The platter of pits represent the stream of a digital data that are used to encode picture or sound. So, usually the CD-ROMs are used for distributing musical files or video files, but nowadays to distribute the software, again we are using this optical disc and DVDs. When optical disc is placed into the CD drive, a beam of a laser light is used to read the patterns of pits and converted those patterns into the audio visual signal. So, as I said, there are two type of beams are there, high beam is there, low beam is there. High beam is basically used to write the data right? Whenever you want to write suppose 1, so at that time what happen, we are throwing a high concentric laser light which will burn the pit, and that pit, right, which is on the metal surface, that gets burned and it will becomes a non-reflexive. And if you want to write 0, in that case we will off that high beam laser beam, and the surface will remain as it is. To read the data, right, we are using low concentric beam. So here the through the low concentric beam, if you are throwing the laser light, when the light come back, we can understand it's a 1. If light will not come back because of that surface is burnt, it is called a 0, and in that way the data will be recovered from the disk. Now when we will talk about optical disk, so here there will be only one track is there. You know, in the case of hard disk we have a platter, and that platter will have a small concentric circles, right, and that circles are known as a tracks. So you know, in the case of hard disk there are many tracks are there, but in the case of optical disk there is only one track is there, and that track is a long and a spiral track is there. As you can see here, a long spiral track is there, and you know, certain surfaces are plane, certain surfaces are burnt, and that is called peat and land, right. So peat and land will represent 1 and 0s. Okay, so I think in this particular session we have focused on how the optical memories, right, how the optical memories, how many type of optical memories are there. So mainly there are 3 type of optical memories are there. First thing, that is called CD, compact disc, CD-ROM. Second is a DVD, and third one is called a Blu-ray disc. Now see, in the case of CD-ROM, again there are many different type of CD-ROMs are there. I think you people have heard about a CD-ROM, right. It is a CD read only memory. Why it's a read only memory? Because the thing is, once the data is written, if the songs you have written on a particular CD, then you cannot erase any kind of song, right. The song which is written, that you can play it many times, but the thing is, you know, you cannot change the song or you cannot erase the song. So that is called a CD-ROM. Then rewritable discs are also available, and that is called CD-RW, right. So that different type of disk are there. So in the next session what we will do is, we will do the detailed discussion of how the data will be returned into the disk or read from the disk, how many different type of CD-ROMs or DVDs are there, what is Blu-ray disc, that we will see into the next session, right. Okay, so I think sufficient discussion we have done, right. In this particular session what we have done is, we have discussed what is actually RAID, what are the benefits of using RAID. So here RAID is a device where the multiple, you know, HDDs or SSDs are stored. They offers a many benefit. One major and important benefit which will be served by a RAID is what? Basically it provides a reliability, right. So if one of the hard disk is going out of order, then you can recover your data back, because RAID is doing a redundancy by using a parity bit concept or by a disk mirroring. Second benefit which we are getting of the RAID is it provides a huge amount of storage space, because here the multiple hard disks and SSDs are there. Third benefit which we are getting from the RAID is it increase or it speed up the reading and writing process of the secondary storage. Then what we have done is, we have seen portable flash memories. So mainly there are 2 type of flash memories are there. One is a memory card. Different type of cards are available in the market, which we can use in a digital camera or mobile phone or into the laptop kind of devices. Another most popular flash memory, which is called a pen drive. It provides a portability, right. And then we have discussed 3 different type of optical memories. So we have discussed a CD-ROM, DVD, and this Blu-ray disc, right. We will come to this point, how many type of CD-ROMs are there, how many type of DVDs are there, and what is Blu-ray disc, what are the storage capacities are there of this different type of disc, but that we will discuss into the next session. So I think in our today's session much more discussion we have made. Now we'll meet into the next session and we'll discuss a different type of optical memories and their types. Till then, take care and bye bye.